With the release of Ultra Instinct and Dragon Ball Legends, we now have 12 legendary finish units. So, what better thing to do than rank their legendary finishes? With that said, I'm just going to jump straight into it. Rather than taking a look at how good of a unit they are or based off of their usability, this list is solely based off of how clean their legendary finish looks. So, let's go ahead and start. Starting off in last place is going to have to be Legendary Finish Goten for me. My thing with Legendary Finish Goten is, for one thing, Gohan, who's a basic sparking unit, has the exact same ultimate. It's just that Goten has a longer portion added. And second of all, Gohan was really the one who started the Kamehameha, and he really should have been the one to get the legendary finish, but they just gave it to Goten, presumably because Gohan already had a legendary finish at this point. Let's go ahead and play it.
That's impossible!
Come on, fight for real!
As for 11th place, this one was a pretty hard decision for me because I know Beerus took a long time to get his legendary finish, and it does look fairly clean, admittedly. My issue with it is it's just not that interesting. It's fairly short, and the only really cool part about it is the ending scene where they're both floating. Let me go ahead and play it for you guys.
Nothing I can do. You shouldn't have made me angry!
In 10th place, we have Legendary Finish Goku. Now, this might be a little bit of a controversial placement because LF Goku's isn't really that good. Honestly, it's really short, but it just looks so clean, especially like with the counterpart right before it. The only reason why I rank it above Beerus's is just because I feel this scene is a lot more iconic than the Beerus scene is. Let's go ahead and play it. In 9th place here, we have Legendary Finish Vegeta. So this one, there's not really a lot to say about it is the problem. It's a pretty good legendary finish, except everything above this one I just feel are simply better. Otherwise, it's a pretty good scene from Super, and I think it came out fairly nicely in Dragon Ball Legends. It's just that other legendary finishes do a better job. Let's go ahead and play it.
Let's get down to it!
Jumping into number 8 here, we have Legendary Finish Piccolo. All around, similar to LF Vegeta, this is a pretty solid legendary finish. It's a really iconic scene, especially for early Dragon Ball Z, and I think they represented the legendary finish really well, especially how they have Goku jump in regardless of if you have him on the team or not. Otherwise, I just feel like there are simply better legendary finishes. Let's go ahead and play it.
Piccolo! Do it! Special beam time!
Jumping into number 7 here, we have the very first legendary finish unit, Super Saiyan 2 Gohan. All around, he has an amazing legendary finish. I think they did really well for him, especially him being the very first legendary finish unit in the game. And to this day, he still has a very good LF animation. My only gripe with it is he doesn't have a special windscreen. I thought it would have been really cool if he had de-transformed into base form at the end. But of course, this was the very first unit. I don't think they had the idea for special windscreens at the time. Let's go ahead and play it.
over.
Moving on to number 6 on the list is going to be First Anniversary Super Vegito. Now, similar to the previous ones that I said on the list, this one is overall really good. I like how they got pretty creative with it, adding the double Spirit Sword slash. My only issue is they're just simply better LFs. I kind of wish this one was a little bit longer, but overall, it's still really good, especially that it's been a year since he's been released. Let's go ahead and play it.
Come on, give me all you got. I don't want to see a trace of you left. I mean, unless this is all you've got.
Alright, we're finally entering top 5 territory here with LF Frieza. LF Frieza, amazing. Okay, they did a lot of justice to this scene. Overall, a really good LF here. I think everything in the top 5 are extremely good. It's just the way that I rank them at this point. I love the way that Frieza, when he does his LF, he has the little end quote where he's laughing and talking about the fireworks. All around, a really good LF here. Let's go ahead and play it. Vegito Blue is definitely going to have to take the top 4 spot for me. Overall, this is a really good LF here. I know I've said that a lot at this point, but I love how true to the anime they kept it. It was like nearly the exact same, pretty much, down to each strike. It's actually kind of crazy. My main issue with this one is it's too long. Like, I know that's not a typical complaint for an LF, but sitting through this, like, I'm not going to lie, no one wants to sit through this whole thing. But let's go ahead and play it.
Here goes! Rhino! Kamehameha! Persistence, aren't you? Die! Now you're finished! Is that it? Some god you are!
Ironically, the number 3 spot for me is going to have to go to Super Saiyan 3 Goku. I think that they did this scene a whole lot of justice in his legendary finish. I love the detail that's put into it, like when Goku activates his main ability and Vegeta says, "You're number 1, Kakarot." I think that's amazing, and the little pose Goku does at the end, the final thumbs up that he gives at the end of Z, I think all around this is an amazing LF. It's just number 2 and number 1 are just a little bit better. Let's go ahead and play it. The number 2 spot here hardly needs an explanation. Majin Vegeta is definitely going to have to take this spot for me. All around, once again, I've said this a lot, but a great LF. I think they did this scene a lot of justice, especially after we waited so long to get a legendary finish Vegeta, since the first Majin Vegeta wasn't a legendary finish one. I also like the detail that they put into it, especially how they added the part where he turns into stone, something that the original Majin Vegeta didn't do. My only issue with it is I wish they made his speech just a little bit longer, like if he had talked about where he says goodbye Bulma, Kakarot, Trunks, you know what I'm talking about. Anyway, let's go ahead and play it.
Eat this! You'll regret this. Farewell.
At last, but certainly most not least, Legendary Finish Ultra Instinct Goku. I knew it was coming. You knew it was coming. We all knew this was going to be number 1 on the list. This is just the perfect legendary finish. Everything about it is so good. They put a lot of detail in both parts of the LF. The Instinct Punch, I think that's what you call it, and then the Divine Kamehameha. Both of those have so much detail added to them, and I just love the way how they portrayed it in Legends. The only issue I've ever heard about this legendary finish is how he just kind of slides over the air. But honestly, I really don't see a problem with that. I think it looks good just the way it is. Let's go ahead and play it.
I'm in. I come.
That was a fluke. Fluke.
With all that said and done, that's going to wrap it up for today's video. Like I said, this was just my personal list, so if you don't agree, don't be afraid to let me know. You know, like in the comments, go ahead and tell me what your personal favorite legendary finish would be. Otherwise, thanks for watching, please subscribe, and remember to stay in school. I'll see you guys next time.